Hello and welcome again. This video I'm sharing with you is to show you what I did with some of those pumpkins that we grew. This one was the largest one we have. I think it was a cross-pollinated one, but it worked out brilliant. And it's the perfect weather in all this rain for a lovely pumpkin soup. Of course, I started off with the usual, frying up some onions, some chili flakes, and waiting for them all to soften nicely before starting to add all the pumpkin. It was a bit tricky. I love keeping the seeds. I never waste them. Cutting pumpkin is always such a tricky and possibly dangerous job because it could be slippery. But the skin on this one was tough, but not too tough. Quite easy to do. And of course I did get that done quite quickly. While I'm here, I'd love to welcome you all. It's lovely to have you with, especially welcome to new subscribers as well. You're all welcome, and I especially love communicating with all of you who've been with me on this journey so far. I thank you for your support, and I hope that you find some value in this channel. If you're new to this channel, I'll put the ingredients I used in the description box at the bottom. I never really measure much. It's always eyeballing it and guessing just based on my own experience and my own taste. And those are also garlic from the garden. Easier just to squash them, to peel them because they're quite small, but still very powerful in flavor. So yeah, anyway, continue saying how much I appreciate you all and your support, and I love your interactions with the comment section as well, and I love replying to them and hearing from you. It always helps. This channel, if you've never been here before, if you're new to this channel, and if you haven't checked out the introduction and description boxes yet, and the more section about this channel, hubby and myself have turned our suburban council house home and garden into our suburban cottage home and garden, as far as a different version of cottage living, not what you imagine in those beautiful Pinterest boards and the traditional sense of a cottage, but more the lifestyle. I have made a video in the past about what cottage actually means as far as cottage lifestyle goes. And no, I'm not talking about the cottage core thing. That is something totally different. What I do here is make do and mend. It's growing in the garden whatever I can, making my home as comfy and cozy as I can, with making do with what we have, using things that I learned from my childhood about frugal living, and also it's we're also plant-based as well, about 90% plant-based. So yeah, and I've done quite a few videos about this whole journey that we've been on. So this channel is going to have all sorts of bits to do with homemaking, gardening, making do, crafting, anything that we do and create to do with our home and garden, the lifestyle that we live here, and encouraging everybody to do the best they can with what they have. And also there's also another video about how we got to this point back in, I can't remember. I'll add it as a card in the top right corner of the video. These are the preserved tomatoes that I did last year, that's been kept in the fridge, and they're kept underneath the oil, so they're preserved perfectly, and they actually are quite a good ingredient in cooked food, but I won't have them on their own. It's too oily for me. I'm not a fan of too much oily bits. But yeah, I love homemaking. I love cooking. I love just, making the most of my home and what I have, all the blessings that I have. Of course, being a Christian, Christ-focused home, everything I do is inspired by the things that I learn in my faith, and things that I've learned from my family, and of course, in almost mid-50s of age, it's easy to think that these are all things that are common for people my age anyway, but it's not anymore. These are things that were common to my mum and my grandma and older people of that generation. It's the things that they used to do that I've been doing. And of course, it's a very big thing now. Lots of young people are learning to go back to the wonderful traditions of proper homemaking, including, frugal living, gardening, back to basic stuff. It really is so precious to be able to do that, and I consider myself very blessed, and I have an abundant life compared to many people. And I'm not saying that to boast, but rather in recognition that I really don't have much to complain about at all. Of course, I also have been in the last few years trying to start my own business as well, and that I share with you as well. I did start another channel, but it's too much to handle 2 channels, and I'm going to figure a way to integrate into this channel, because it's all part of the same Suburban self-sufficiency cottage homestead. So it's all part of the same thing, and I'd like to figure out a way to integrate it back in, and I'll separate the videos I make into different playlists. So if you come to the channel and instead of waiting for the new videos, just look, you can see from the homepage whenever you come to visit this channel which is the newest video, or you go into playlists, because I'm going to be reorganizing all the playlists so that hopefully they're more subject specific. So if it's not a topic you like, you can just skip it or wait for the next one, or you could catch up with videos in the same topic. Of course, it's almost time to start dishing up now, and I really look forward to this. This is enough to feed quite a few people, and it's really good to do big batches so that you have homemade ready meals, quick to go on days when you've just been so busy and it's getting late and you don't want to be cooking from scratch on those days. Saving seeds, of course. These ones will be grown in my daughter's garden, and these will be roasted. Love roasted seeds. Oh, and there you go. Oh, that came out really well. And of course, homemade sourdough croutons. That was so tasty. Of course, the cheese I used was as you saw on the counter, that's practically the only plant-based cheddar or cheese that's worth having. It's very difficult to find a really good vegan cheese. Hubby still likes his normal cheese, but other than that, and it came out really nice. Of course, I put in a bit of chilli flakes as well to start with, about a teaspoon in the whole pan. So I didn't think it would be very warm. I thought it would be nice and mild, but it was on the quite warm side, but still very tasty, not too spicy. And that is it. Delicious. And of course, those tofu crumbled up smoked tofu, seasoned and then cooked in the oven until there's a really good, lovely chew. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'd love to hear your comments. What is one of your favorite things? If you grow anything that you like to make from your garden, anything you'd like to see me share on this channel, do let me know. I'll speak to you again soon, folks. Bye bye.